how long is eternity? No one really knows, and that's why it's important for us to conserve our energy and definitely to save our natural resources to make Earth last as long as possible. Well, at least that's the message Motorola is trying to replenish with their newest cell phone, the Motorola Renew. And let's be honest, a lot of consumers are kind of fooled by a lot of products on the market which advertise a lot of green packaging, when in reality, if you think about it, not buying that product is probably a better idea than doing so in itself. That said, Motorola's Renew cell phone is actually one of the most green devices we've seen. The reason lies behind the idea that the entire phone is made out of 100% recycled plastic water bottles, making this the first carbon-free phone, and also making it a practically reused phone, and also means that it uses less resources to manufacture. That said, this is a very basic phone and a very lightweight phone at that. The footprint of this phone is the same size of roughly an iPod Nano 5th generation. And as you can see from the outside, it also takes on the design of an ecological phone, which is a pretty cool idea. It definitely has a very cool perspective and design to it, with this nice green edges, blacks, and silver keypad. So from the front, we have a fairly small 1.7-inch display, which is TFT, but it displays everything you need for this phone quite well. That said, viewing angles are limited, as you find that outdoor in direct sunlight, reflective text will make the screen kind of hard to see. The Motorola Renew has a very standard feature set. There's no Bluetooth, and there's equally no camera on the back. That said, this is a T-Mobile GSM quad-band world phone, and what's also cool is that the battery life on this really is fantastically brilliant. The battery life on this can last a few days with full charging, standby, and a few calls along the way, which makes it one of the longest batteries you need. For somebody who doesn't need all the smartphone features of the 21st era, this phone really does make the bill, because it doesn't just make phone calls well, the sound quality is excellent, the speaker on the top is well placed, and the battery is probably one of the best batteries we've ever tested on a small compact cell phone. The Motorola's Renew's best feature is perhaps its price, which costs only around $50. You can buy this for free or to $20 with a 2-year contract, or you can get it for a little bit more as a pay-as-you-go phone. As you can see, every few seconds the screen turns off to conserve battery life. You can also change this if you don't want it in the settings. Pressing the menu button and the start button will unlock the phone and take you to the main menu. The menu is the same as basically what we've been seeing from Motorola for the last few years, and is composed of a 9-grid animation, and we have multimedia, basically messages to send text and multimedia organizers, web access, call log, and basically T-zones. So what you get is basically, aside from being a super basic phone, this phone does play MP3 audio. Unfortunately, on the left side of the device, you'll find a 2.5mm headphone jack instead of a 3.5, so it's not a Walkman-esque device just yet. Fortunately, though, Motorola did decide to go with the norm in terms of charging, and you'll find a mini USB device. The phone's keypad is fairly risen above the surface, although some of the keys are a little bit small. That said, they offer very nice tactile feedback, and all the buttons are very easy to press. They're backlit well, and they're evenly distributed, very tactile, and great to access. The menu and the Motorola symbol are all made out of metal materials, which are cool. There's a play-pause that doubles as a 5-way navigation key, and there's also an on-off music key, as well as 2 hotkeys on the device. So basically what we get in the multimedia is basically playing your music, which you have access to a mini SD card slot, which is located behind the battery slot. We also have a very basic photo viewer. Organizer features are very limited. That said, there are a few cool games included, such as Tetris, the full version by EA Games, which is a cool, little gimmick, and it's cool that this doesn't really affect the battery life, even like playing games, which is excellent, of course. Other goodies include calculators, alarms, and stopwatches, and calendars, of course. So basically that's it. This is the Motorola Renew, a cheap and expensive phone that makes calls quite well, has a few extras such as MP3 playback, but pretty much that's all. For a strong battery and a first-time user, or if you just want this as an emergency phone and want to be energy green with the design and device, the Motorola Renew is a great choice to go. Thank you for watching this video review of OS reviews here at One Stop.